In today's video, we are going to learn how to effectively protect our workbook using 3 options. My name is Yura Morias from Excel Gurus. Now, you have your report. You want to prevent access to your report. You have 3 options or 3 methods that you can use. The first one is to encrypt your workbook with password. How do you do that? You go to File. You go to Info. Now, when you go to Info, you go to Protect Workbook. So you click on Protect Workbook and you see the options. You want to take the second option, Encrypt with Password. You click on Encrypt with Password. You now enter the password of your choice. But it is case sensitive, so you have to remember your password. You enter the new password of your choice. Once you enter the new password of your choice, your workbook is now encrypted. Meaning anytime you open the workbook, it's going to ask you for password. So we are going to demonstrate that. Let us close the workbook and try to reopen it. So when you reopen the workbook, each time you open the workbook, it's going to ask you for password. You have to put in your password, because if you don't, you are not going to have access to your report or to the workbook. So we put in the password and we say OK. Now, this is how you encrypt your workbook with password. In order to remove the password, you have to go back to File. You go to Protect Workbook and you go to Encrypt with Password. Once you go back there, now you delete the password that is there. Once you delete the password that is there, the encryption is removed from your workbook. The second method is to protect the worksheet. You go to Protect Workbook. You go to the third option that says Protect Current Sheet. When you click on that, it takes you to where you can enter your password. Now you have options there that you can select, you can deselect, but we are going to leave it like this. So we put in our new password. For the sake of this training, we are using 123, but you can put in a password of your choice. So you put in a password and say OK. When you say OK, it's going to ask you for confirmation. Now our worksheet is now protected. If you try to change any cell value, to edit any cell value, is going to tell you that the worksheet is protected. Now, the workbook is open, but you cannot change the value from the worksheet. You cannot change the value in the worksheet because it is now protected. And in order to edit or change the value within the worksheet, you have to remove the password. Once you remove the password, you can now change the value. So to do that, we go to Format. We go to Format, we go to Unprotect Sheet. Once you click on Unprotect Sheet, it takes you to where you can put in a password. You put in a password, you say OK. Your worksheet is now unprotected. You can change any value there of your choice. You can edit any value. Now, we want to select column A to D because we want our user to be able to change the value in column A to D. Meaning when we protect the worksheet, they should be able to change the value. So we right click and go to Format Cells. We go to Format Cells, we go to Protection. When you go to Protection, we remove the check mark from in the lock. Once you remove the check mark, you see that we have now removed the check mark from in the lock in from column D, from column A to D. We now go to protect our worksheet. So 2 ways. You can either go to File, you go to Info, or you can go to Format. So you go to Format, you click on Protect Sheet. When you click on Protect Sheet, you put in a password of your choice and say OK. It's going to ask for confirmation. You confirm and you say OK. Now remember, we remove the check mark from in the lock in from column D, from column A to column D. So it means that although our worksheet is locked, any user can change the value from in column A to D. But if you attempt going to column F, you see it tells you that the cell is locked, meaning you can only edit value in column A to D. Any user can edit the value from in column A to D. If you try to go outside, it tells you that the cell is locked, meaning you cannot edit the value. You have protected that range. So this is how you protect that range. And if you want to enter value, you have to go there and remove the password, meaning only you now can change the value in column F. If you try to, anyone else try to change the value in column F, it tells them that it is protected. Now the third option is to protect the structure of the webbook. To do that, you go to File, you go to Info, you click on Protect Webbook, you click on the fourth option, which says to protect the structure of the webbook. Now you put in the password. When you put in a password, it's going to protect the structure of the webbook, meaning no one is going to change the tab name, no one is going to create new tab, no one is going to delete tab. If you try to change the tab name, it tells you that it is protected, the webbook is protected. You cannot change the tab name. So that is how you protect the structure of your webbook. To remove it, you go back to File, Info, you click there, you go to the fourth option that says protect your structure of the webbook, and you put in a password. Once you put in a password, you see the protection is now removed. You can change the name of the tab to anything of a choice. You can now add new tab, you can change the name, and you can also delete the tab. So basically, this is how you protect the structure of your webbook, and this is how you remove that protection. So this is how you protect your webbook in Excel.